Beep beep everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. This video is a memorial for baseball players that passed away in 2025 between the months of January and May. I intend on coming out with 2 more videos to cover the rest of the year. I'll put links down below as I get around to finishing those. The second one may come out in the fall, and the third one probably at the beginning of 2026. These are baseball cards from my own collection, and then when I did not have a baseball card for a player that passed, I sought one out and added it to my collection. One player I was unable to obtain a card for, and I'm going to use an image of an actual card that the player appeared on. This is going to be done alphabetically. This is probably going to be a long video, so you may want to divide it up into parts or watch it when you have more time. So the first player is Tony Blanco, and here's Tony pictured on his 2005 Topps Washington Nationals commemorative gift set card. He did not appear in the actual 2005 flagship set. Tony passed away April 8, 2025 at the age of 43. He was a pinch hitter, left fielder, third baseman for the Washington Nationals, and his only time in the big leagues was in the year 2005. He played a total of 56 games, hitting .177. He played in the minors from 2000 to 2008 and then played in Japan from 2009 to 2016. He led the Japan Central League with 39 homers and 110 RBIs in 2009. And then he led the same league with a .333 batting average and 136 RBIs in 2013, where he slugged 41 homers. He tragically died along with Octavio Dotel when the roof collapsed at a nightclub in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Just seconds before he died, he pushed former Major League Baseball infielder Esteban Herman out of the way of the falling debris, saving his life. Our next player is Jim Brazil, pictured here on his 1973 Topps card. Jim passed away March 13 at the age of 75. He was a pinch hitter and first baseman. Played in 1969 and then 1971 to 72, and then had one more year in 1978 playing for the Braves and the White Sox. He played in 89 games, hitting .223. He played in the minors from 1968 to 79, including 1 year in the Mexican League. He later managed in the minors, then worked for several food companies before retiring. Our next player is Tom Brown, pictured here on his 1964 Topps card. Tom passed away April 24 at the age of 84. He was a pinch hitter, outfielder, and first baseman for the Washington Senators in 1963. He played a total of 61 games, hitting .147. He played in the minors from 1963 to 64. He played both baseball and football for the University of Maryland. From 1964 to 69, he played in the NFL and played in the first 2 Super Bowls for the Green Bay Packers. Following his football career, he became recreational director for Ocean City, Maryland, and later founded Tom Brown's Rookie League, a youth sports league in Maryland that featured basketball, baseball, and flag football. He ran the program for 40 years before retiring in 2015. Our next player is Tommy Brown, pictured here not on an actual 52 Topps card, but this is the 1983 reprint from the 1952 set. Tommy passed away January 15 at the age of 97. He was a shortstop, pinch hitter, and left fielder. He played from 1944 to 45 and then 47 to 51 with the Brooklyn Dodgers, Philadelphia Phillies, and the Chicago Cubs. He played in 494 games, hitting .241. In 1944, he became the youngest position player to play in the big leagues at 16 years and 7 months, and the second youngest ever after Joe Nuxhall, who appeared as a pitcher for the Reds earlier in 1944. In 1945, at the age of 17, he hit his first home run, becoming the youngest player to hit a home run in the big leagues. He served in the Army from 1946 to 47. He played in the minors from 1954 to 59. After his playing career, he worked for the Ford glass plant for 35 years, retiring in 1993. Our next player is Jason Conti, pictured here on the left on his 1997 Topps card. Jason passed away May 16 at the age of 50. He was an outfielder from 2000 to 2004 for the Diamondbacks, Devil Rays, Brewers, and Rangers. He played in 182 games, hitting .238, played in the minors from 96 to 2006. Before Major League Baseball, he played for the University of Pittsburgh baseball team, holding the team's record of 89 career stolen bases. After his playing career, he became an executive chef in the Tempe, Arizona area. Our next player is Bobby Cuellar, pictured here in the middle of his 1980 Topps card. Bobby passed away January 20 at the age of 72. He was a pitcher in 1977 for the Texas Rangers. He's pictured here on an Indians rookie card because he was in the Indians minor league system later on. He played in 4 games that season with 6 2/3 innings, no decisions, and had a 1.35 ERA. He played in the minors from 1974 to 85, including 1 year in the Mexican League. After his playing career, he was mostly a pitching coach, but also had roles as a bullpen coach and minor league manager in the Mariners, Expos, Rangers, Twins, Pirates, and Dodgers organizations. Our next player is Jack Curtis, pictured here on his 1962 Topps card. Jack passed away May 12 at the age of 88. He was a pitcher from 1961 to 63 for the Cubs, Braves, and Indians. He played in 69 games, compiling a 14-19 record with a 4.84 ERA. He played in the minors from 1956 to 67. After his playing career, he worked as a production manager for 25 years for Regal Manufacturing in Hickory, North Carolina, and was active in coaching youth sports. He was inducted into the Caldwell County Sports Hall of Fame in 1993. Our next player is Rich Dower, pictured here on his 1978 Topps card. Rich passed away February 3 at the age of 72. He was a second baseman and third baseman, playing from 1976 to 85, all for the Baltimore Orioles. He played in 1,140 games, hitting .257, had a career-high .284 with 32 doubles in 1980. He played in the 1979 and 1983 World Series, hitting .294 in the 79 World Series. He hit .180 across all postseason play. Prior to his big league career, he played on 2 University of South Carolina teams that won the College World Series in 1973 and 74. While there, he set a number of NCAA and team batting records. He hit .376 in 126 games at USC. He set a Major League Baseball record with 86 consecutive errorless games at second base and 425 consecutive errorless chances in 1978. Known for his fielding, he finished his career with a .987 fielding average at second base. After his playing career, he coached for the Indians, Royals, Brewers, and Rockies, and had a couple stints as a minor league manager. He was inducted into the Orioles Hall of Fame in 2012. Our next player is Octavio Dotel, pictured here on his 2007 Topps card. Octavio passed away April 8 at the age of 51. He was a pitcher from 1999 to 2013 in the Mets, Astros, Athletics, Yankees, Royals, Braves, and White Sox, Pirates, Dodgers, Rockies, Blue Jays, Cardinals, and Tigers teams. He pitched in 758 games, compiling a 59-50 record with a 3.78 ERA, had 109 career saves, including a career-high 36 in 2004. He played in the postseason for 5 different clubs, pitching in 26 games with a 3-1 record and 3.86 ERA. In 2012, he became the first pitcher in Major League Baseball history to pitch for 13 different teams, which has since been broken by Edwin Jackson. He tragically died along with Tony Blanco following the collapse of a roof in a nightclub in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Our next player is Marshall Edwards, Pictured here on his 1983 Donruss card. Marshall passed away April 15 at the age of 72. He was an outfielder from 1981 to 83 for the Brewers. He played in 160 games, hitting .258. Played in the minors from 1974 to 84. He played in the postseason in 1981 and 1982, mostly as a pinch runner and outfield defense replacement, which included one game-saving catch in the American League Championship Series. After his playing career, he worked in home construction and real estate in Southern California and was later a minister in the Atlanta area. Our next player is Mark Esser. Mark did not have a baseball card during his time in the big leagues, so this is from 1980 TCMA Glens Falls White Sox. He passed away May 12 at the age of 69. He was a pitcher in 1979 for the White Sox. He played in a total of 2 games with no decisions and had a 16.20 ERA, which means 3 runs in 1 2/3 innings. He played in the minors from 1977 to 82. There is very little about Esser's life after baseball. He lived in Poughkeepsie, New York, and later Jupiter, Florida, and he was inducted into the Dutchess County Baseball Hall of Fame in 2023. Our next player is Eddie Fisher, pictured here on his 1966 Topps card. Eddie passed away February 17 at the age of 88. He was a pitcher from 1959 to 73 with the Giants, White Sox, Orioles, Indians, Angels, and Cardinals. He pitched in 690 games, compiling an 85-70 record with a 3.41 ERA. He led the league in games with 82 in 1965, which at that time set the American League record, and 67 in 1966. He had a career-high 24 saves in 1965, including a 15-7 record with a 2.40 ERA. He was named to the 1965 All-Star Game and pitched 2 scoreless innings. And also won the Sporting News Reliever of the Year award. He was best known for his knuckleball. After his playing career, he became president of the First Federal Savings and Loan Association in Oklahoma, owned a sporting goods business called Eddie Fisher Sports World, and managed golf operations at the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department. He was elected into the University of Oklahoma Baseball Hall of Fame in 2007 and the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame in 2008. Our next player is Tommy Helms, pictured here on his 1971 Topps card. Tommy passed away April 13 at the age of 83. He was a second baseman, third baseman, and shortstop from 1964 to 77 with the Reds, Astros, Pirates, and Red Sox. He played in 1,435 games, hitting .269. He won the National League Rookie of the Year in 1966. He was named to 2 All-Star games in 67 and 68. He won 2 Gold Gloves in 1970 and 71. He hit .241 in postseason play in 1970. He led second baseman with fielding average of .983 in 1970 and .990 in 1971 and .985 in 1974. He also led second baseman in double plays from 1970 to 72 with 107, 130, and 115. He also led second baseman in assists in 1972 with 441 and led second baseman with putouts in 1971 with 395. After his playing career, he was a coach with the Rangers from 1981 to 82 and then spent the rest of the 80s coaching for the Reds with 2 stints as an interim manager in 1988 and 89. He managed in the minors and the Independent Atlantic League briefly. He was inducted into the Reds Hall of Fame in 1979 and the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame in 2013. His nephew Wes Helms played in the big leagues from 1998 to 2011. Our next player is Frank Johnson, pictured here on his 1969 Topps card. Frank passed away May 7 at the age of 82. He was a left fielder, third baseman, and first baseman from 1966 to 71 with the San Francisco Giants. He played in 196 games, hitting .211. He played in the minors from 61 to 75, including 1 year in Japan in 1972. After his playing career, he was an assistant baseball coach at the Sequoia Union High School District. He was inducted into the El Paso Baseball Hall of Fame in 1991. Our next player is Scott Klingenbeck, who's pictured here on the bottom of this 1995 Topps card. Scott passed away May 20th at the age of 54. He was a pitcher from 1994 to 96, and then again in 98 with the Orioles, Twins, and Reds. He pitched in 39 games, compiling a 5-8 record with a 6.91 ERA. He played in the minors from 1992 to 1999. He also played for Team USA in 1989 and 90. After his playing career, he owned a sports bar in Cincinnati and was active in local charities and coached youth baseball. Our next player is Jim Lawrence, pictured here on this custom card that was created by ABC Unlimited called Shoebox Heroes, based on the 1963 Topps design. Jim passed away January 8, 2025 at the age of 85. He was a catcher in 1963 for the Cleveland Indians. He only played in 2 games. In both games, he was just a defensive replacement and never had the opportunity to make a plate appearance. He played in the minors from 1958 to 64. After his playing career, he worked for Molson for a time and then operated a sporting goods store called Lawrence's Sports with his wife in Caledonia, Ontario, for 31 years. Our next player is Chet Lemon, here pictured on his 1983 Topps card. Chet passed away May 8 at the age of 70. He was a center fielder from 1975 to 1990 for the White Sox and Tigers. He played in 1,988 games, hitting .273 with 1,875 hits and 215 career homers. He was named to 3 All-Star games in 1978, 79, and 84. He had a career-high .318 in 1979, where he led the league with 44 doubles. He had a career 55.7 WAR, and he hit .208 in postseason with 2 homers and helped the Tigers win the 1984 World Series. He led center fielders with 509 putouts and 12 assists in 1977, and led the league with a fielding average of .995 in 1984. After his playing career, he dealt with serious health issues for the rest of his life caused by a blood disorder called polycythemia vera, which causes blood clots. He started the Chet Lemon School of Baseball in 1993, and some of its most notable graduates were Zach Greinke, Prince Fielder, Billy Butler, and Kerry Carpenter. He later served as president of the Amateur Athletic Union in Florida. Near the end of his life, his family started the Chet Lemon Foundation, which offers sports scholarships and champions stroke and aphasia awareness. Our next player is Bobby Malkmus, pictured here on his 1961 Topps card. Bobby passed away February 23 at the age of 93. He was a second baseman, shortstop, and third baseman from 1957 to 62 for the Milwaukee Braves, Washington Senators, and Philadelphia Phillies. He played in 268 games, batting .215. He played in the minors in 1951 and then again from 54 to 67, serving in the U.S. Army in 1952 to 53. After his playing career, he managed in the minors for the Phillies, Expos, and Orioles organizations in the late 60s and 70s. He was a scout for the Indians off and on from 1980 to 2018. He was inducted into the Newark Athletic Hall of Fame in 1995. Our next player is Felix Mantilla, pictured here on his 1965 Topps card. Felix passed away January 10 at the age of 90. He was a second baseman, shortstop, and outfielder from 1956 to 66 for the Milwaukee Braves, New York Mets, Boston Red Sox, and Houston Astros. He played in 969 games, hitting .261. His career best was in 1964 when he hit .289 with 30 homers. He was named to the All-Star Game in 1965. He appeared in 2 World Series in 57 and 58, but was hitless in 10 at-bats. After his playing career, he founded the Felix Mantilla Little League in Milwaukee in 1972 and supported athletic and educational programs in Milwaukee and Puerto Rico. Our next player is Chito Martinez, pictured here on his 1992 Topps card. Sorry about that. Let's get that straightened out. Cheeto passed away April 22 at the age of 59. He was a right fielder and a pinch hitter from 1991 to 93 for the Orioles. He played in 158 games, hitting .259. He played in the minors from 1984 to 1995. He is the only Major League ball player born in Belize. After his playing career, he opened a baseball training center in Collierville, Tennessee. Our next player is Brian Mattis. Pictured here on his 2013 Topps card. Brian passed away January 6th at the age of 37. He was a pitcher from 2009 to 2016 for the Orioles and Cubs. He played in 280 games, compiling a 27-41 record with a 4.92 ERA. He played for the University of San Diego from 2006 to 2008 and set the school record of 296 career strikeouts. He played in 7 postseason games, going 0-1 with a 3.38 ERA. His best season was as a reliever in 2015 with a 2.94 ERA. He was nominated for the Roberto Clemente Award in 2015 for his work in and around Baltimore, working with charities and visiting children in the hospital. He tragically passed away from a likely drug overdose. Our next player is Felipe Montemayor, pictured here on a custom card because he did not have an official card issued during his playing career. Felipe passed away February 4 at the age of 96. He played outfielder and pinch hit in 1953 and 1955, both for the Pirates. He played in 64 games, hitting .173. He played in the minors from 1950 to 1960, and in the Mexican League from 1948 to 49, 56 to 57, and 59 to 68. After his playing career, he returned to his hometown of Monterrey, Mexico, and became a sports writer. He was inducted into the Mexican Baseball Hall of Fame in 1983. Our next player is Rod Nichols, pictured here on his 1990 Topps card. Rod passed away May 14 at the age of 60. He was a pitcher from 1988 to 1993, and then again in 1995 for the Indians, Dodgers, and Braves. He played in 100 games, compiling an 11-31 record with a 4.43 ERA. He played in the minors from 1985 to 96 and briefly in Japan in 1997. After his playing career, he became a pitching coach in the Phillies minor league system, returning to the majors as their bullpen coach from 2013 to 15, and then he became a pitching coach in the Cubs organization, retiring in 2019. Our next player is Nate Oliver, pictured here on his 1965 Topps card. Nate passed away April 5 at the age of 84. He was a second baseman and shortstop from 1963 to 69 for the Dodgers, Giants, Yankees, and Cubs. He played in 410 games, hitting .226. He played in the minors from 1959 to 71. He played in 1 World Series game in 1966 as a pinch runner. He was a good singer and sang the national anthem several times in his career. After his playing career, he worked for Bank of America and became a station manager for the Bay Area Rapid Transit. He also served as a court-appointed special advocate volunteer for victims of child abuse. In the 1980s, he joined the Oakland Athletics Speakers Bureau and made public appearances giving anti-drug talks to Little Leagues. He returned to the field in 1988 as the manager of the Reno Silver Sox and even had to put himself into 1 game for 1 hitless at-bat 17 years after his last appearance as a player. He managed in the minors for the Angels from 1989 to 91 and the Cubs in 98 to 99, and then managed Saskatoon in the Canadian Baseball League in 2003. He was later an instructor in the White Sox organization. Our next player is Rick Peters, pictured here on his 1981 Topps card. Rick passed away March 9 at the age of 69. He was a center fielder, but also played some infield as well. From 1979 to 81, in 83 and 86 for the Tigers and Oakland A's. He played in 307 games, hitting .277. His best season was in 1980, where he hit .291. He attended Arizona State University and made 3 trips to the College World Series in his 4 years there. After his playing career, he returned to ASU to complete his degree and coached baseball for them before being hired by the Astros as a roving instructor and managed the Auburn Astros in 1990. He then worked for the Tempe Parks and Recreation Department, helping organize baseball youth camps. Our next player is Tommy Reynolds from 1965 Topps. Tommy passed away March 19 at the age of 83. He was a left fielder and pinch hitter from 1963 to 65, then played again in 67 and then 69 to 72 for the Kansas City Athletics, New York Mets, Oakland Athletics, California Angels, and Milwaukee Brewers. He played in 513 games, hitting .226. He played in the minors from 1963 to 78. After his playing career, he was a minor league hitting instructor for the White Sox. He then managed for the A's in Modesto in 1986 and 87, where he was the first black manager in California League history, and at the time the only black manager in organized baseball. He then managed in Huntsville in 1988 and joined Oakland in 1989 as a bench coach under Tony La Russa. He moved to third base coach in 1993 and then joined La Russa as the Cardinals' third base coach in 1996, his final year in baseball. He later served as a deacon in his church and volunteered as a baseball coach in his community. Our next player is Rich Rollins, pictured here on his 1965 Topps card. Rich passed away May 13 at the age of 87. He played third base from 1961 to 1970 for the Twins, Seattle Pilots, Milwaukee Brewers, and Cleveland Indians. He played in 1,002 games, hitting .269. He was named to both All-Star games in 1962. He led the American League in triples with 10 in 1964. He had a career-high .307 in 1963, which was good for third place in the league. He appeared in the 1965 World Series with 1 walk and 3 plate appearances. He also attended Kent State University on a baseball scholarship where he had a career .383 batting average. After his playing career, he worked in the Indians organization and had a baseball school for boys in Minnesota Bible College. He later worked for the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA in an administrative role. He was inducted into the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame in 1976, the Kent State University Sports Hall of Fame in 1979, the Summit County Sports Hall of Fame in 1999, and the Greater Akron Baseball Hall of Fame in 2001. Our next player is Frank Sauché, pictured here on a custom card. During Frank's playing career, there were no official baseball cards issued for him. Frank passed away March 3 at the age of 98. He was a pinch hitter, pinch runner, and outfielder in 1951 for the St. Louis Browns. Prior to that, in the minors, he mostly played catcher. He played in only 18 games, hitting .071, his only hit being a double. He played in the minors from 1948 to 1950. He was an officer in the U.S. Navy in World War II. He was considered one of the Browns' best prospects. In 1949 at Wichita Falls, he won the batting title, hitting .446 in 316 bats. He won another batting title in 1950 at San Antonio, hitting .343. While he was in the minors, he started an oil well business. Because this business was doing so well, he decided to retire from baseball before ever making it to the majors. In July 1951, Bill Veeck bought the Browns and pleaded for Sauché to return to baseball, which he did, but he was dealing with injuries from the previous season. During his short time at the big leagues, his most notable mark in baseball history was being replaced by 3'7" tall pinch hitter Eddie Gaedel, once one of Veeck's best-known stunts. He was planning on returning in 1952, but was recalled back into service for the Navy during the Korean War. Bill Veeck tried to convince Sauché that he could plead with the military brass to get him to return to baseball, but Sauché declined. After the Korean War, he spent the next 38 years in the oil, gas, and chemical industries in Tyler, Texas. Our next player is Scott Sauerbeck, pictured here on his 2000 Fleer Tradition glossy card. Scott passed away February 18 at the age of 53. He was a pitcher from 1999 to 2006 for the Pirates, Red Sox, Indians, and eh, uh, Oakland Athletics. He played in 471 games, compiling a 20-17 record with a 3.82 ERA. His best season was his rookie year in 1999, where he had a 2.00 ERA in 65 games. He played in the minors from 1994 to 2000, and then in 2006 to 2008. After his playing career, he served as a minor league coach briefly, and then became a coach with St. Stephen's Episcopal School baseball team in Bradenton, Florida, and later was their athletic director. Our next player is Al Shalak, pictured here on a custom card. He did not have an official card made during his playing career. He passed away March 6th at the age of 100. He was a pitcher from 1951 to 55 for the Yankees and Orioles. He played in 58 games, compiling a 6-7 record with a 4.02 ERA. He played in the minors from 1947 to 56 and served in the U.S. Navy in World War II as a radio operator in the Pacific Theater. He made one appearance in the postseason in 1953 World Series, pitching 2 innings and giving up 1 run. After his playing career, he worked in sporting goods and then as a public relations director in the real estate industry. He also was an active golfer and won a number of championships in the Bay Area. At the time of his death, he was considered to be the oldest living major leaguer. Next player is Don Sechrist, pictured here right in the middle of this 1969 Topps card. Don passed away January 30 at the age of 80. He was a pitcher from 1969 to 70 for the White Sox. He played in 28 games, compiling an 0-1 record with a 5.93 ERA. He played in the minors from 63 to 71. After his playing career, he was a bulldozer operator in the coal mining industry before retiring in 2006. Our next player is Billy Smith, pictured here in the middle on this 1982 Topps card. Billy passed away April 5 at the age of 70. He was a pitcher in 1981 for the Astros. He played in 10 games, compiling a 1-1 record with a 3.05 ERA. He played in the minors from 1977 to 82 and then in the Mexican League from 1983 to 84. He played in 1 game in the postseason, getting the only batter out he faced. After his playing career, he coached youth sports and was a private pitching coach. Our next player is Horace Speed, pictured on his 1979 Topps card. Horace passed away May 26 at the age of 73. He was an outfielder and pinch runner in 1975 and 78 to 79 for the Giants and Indians. He played in 113 games, hitting .207. He played in the minors from 1969 to 1980. There was no information about what he did after his life in baseball. Our next player is, let me try to pronounce this one correctly, Verl Tiefenthaler. He's pictured. He didn't have an official baseball card during his playing career, and this was from 1983 Frisch one-year winners. He passed away May 28th at the age of 87. He was a pitcher in 1962 for the White Sox. He played in a total of 3 games with no decisions and a 9.82 ERA. He played in the minors in 1955 and then 57 to 63. He also served in the Army during the Korean War. After his playing career, he worked for Batting Construction and later Juergens Produce and Feed. He also coached Little League Baseball, and he was inducted into the Iowa Baseball Hall of Fame in 1999. Our next player is Jim Todd, pictured on his 1978 Topps card. Jim passed away February 3 at the age of 77. He was a pitcher from 1974 to 79 for the Cubs, A's, and Mariners. He played in 270 games, compiling a 25-23 record with a 4.23 ERA. His best season was in 1975, where he went 8-3 with a 2.29 and had 12 saves. He played in the minors from 1969 to 1975 with short stints in 1977 and 80. In the postseason, he pitched in 3 games in the 75 American League Championship Series, giving up 1 unearned run. After his playing career, he started a real estate appraisal business in Colorado and was involved in coaching. He was inducted into the Lancaster County Sports Hall of Fame in 2012. Our next player is Jeff Torborg. Here he is pictured on his 1966 Topps card. Jeff passed away January 19 at the age of 83. He was a catcher from 1964 to 73 for the Dodgers and Angels. He played in 524 games, hitting .214. During his career, he caught 3 no-hitters, one by Sandy Koufax, one by Bill Singer, and Nolan Ryan's very first no-hitter. He is one of 5 catchers to have caught no-hitters in both leagues. After his playing career, he enrolled at Montclair State College and got his master's degree in athletic administration. In 1975, he became the Indians' bullpen coach under Frank Robinson and succeeded Robinson and was their manager from 1977 to 1979. He was a coach with the Yankees from 79 to 88, manager of the White Sox from 89 to 91, where he was named AL Manager of the Year in 1990. He managed the Mets from 92 to 93. He then became a broadcaster with CBS Radio and later Fox Sports from 95 to 2000. He replaced Felipe Alou in 2001 to manage the Expos, and then he managed the Marlins from 2002 to 2003. His overall record as a manager was 634 wins, 718 losses. He was inducted into the Rutgers University Athletics Hall of Fame in 1994. His son Dale Torborg was a strength and conditioning coordinator for the Marlins and White Sox and was also a professional wrestler. Okay, our next player is Angel Torres, and I was unable to obtain a baseball card of Angel. This is him pictured on his 1980 1980 Indianapolis Indians minor league card. He also appears on the 1978 card for that team. These are kind of hard to find. Angel passed away February 1 at the age of 72. He pitched in 1977 for the Cincinnati Reds, a total of 5 games and a 2.16 ERA. He played in the minors from 1971 to 1980. No info was found for his life after baseball. Our next player is Bob Uecker, pictured here on his 1964 Topps card. Bob passed away January 16 at the age of 90. He was a catcher from 1962 to 67 for the Milwaukee Braves, St. Louis Cardinals, Philadelphia Phillies, and then the Atlanta Braves. He played in 296 games, hitting an even .200. He played in the minors from 1956 to 63. He became a broadcaster in 1969 and a television personality after doing an opening act for Don Rickles. He made close to 100 appearances on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show and doing 3 to 5 shows a year. He joined the Brewers in 1971 to broadcast games on TV and radio. He also did play-by-play for ABC Monday Night Baseball from 1976 to 82. He also co-hosted TV shows such as Battle of the Network Stars and Bob Uecker's Wacky World of Sports, and did commercials, most notably for Miller Beer. His first acting gig came in 1985 with the sitcom Mr. Belvedere, which ran for 6 seasons. He even hosted Saturday Night Live once in 1984. He appeared in the comedy movie Major League in 1989 and reprised his role in the 2 sequels that followed. He received the Ford C. Frick Award at the Baseball Hall of Fame in 2003, and if you haven't watched his induction speech, you really need to see it because it's one of the funniest induction speeches at the Hall of Fame I have ever seen. He was inducted into the Wisconsin Performing Artists Hall of Fame in 1993, the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame in 1998, and the National Radio Hall of Fame in 2001, and also the WWE Hall of Fame for participating as a ringside announcer in WrestleMania 3 and 4. He continued broadcasting with the Brewers through the end of the 2024 season. Our next player is Jose Valdivieso. I hope I pronounced that right. Here he is pictured on his 1957 Topps card. Jose passed away March 4 at the age of 90. He was a shortstop, second baseman, and third baseman from 1955 to 56, and then 59 to 61 for the Senators and Twins. He played in 401 games, hitting .219. He played in the minors from 1953 to 59, and then from 62 to 64. After his playing career, he became a youth recreation director in New York City, then a sports announcer for Spanish-speaking television in Newark, New Jersey, and broadcast Yankees games on Spanish-language radio stations. He also did sports reports for WKDM in Newark and was also employed as a retail counselor for White Rose, one of the largest food distributors in the Northeast. He was also the principal organizer for the Cuban Old Timers game that was held annually in Roosevelt Stadium in Union City, New Jersey. Our next player is Dave Van Gorder, pictured here on his 1983 Topps card. Dave passed away February 4th at the age of 67. He was a catcher in 1982 and then 84 to 87 for the Reds and Orioles. He played in 183 games, hitting .212. He played in the minors from 78 to 87. He attended the University of Southern California and played in the 1978 College World Series. After his playing career, he became a coach for the Indianapolis Indians in 1989 and was named to their all-time team in 1990. He was inducted into the Chandler High School Sports Hall of Fame in 2004. Our next player is Bob Veal, pictured here on his 1966 Topps card. Bob passed away January 3 at the age of 89. He pitched from 1962 to 74 for the Pirates and Red Sox. He played in 397 games, compiling a 120-95 record with a 3.07 ERA. His best season was in 1964, where he was 18-12 with a 2.74 and led the league with 250 strikeouts. He had a career-high 276 strikeouts in 1965 and a career-best 2.05 ERA in 1968. He was named to the All-Star Game in 1965 and 1966. He finished his career with 1,703 strikeouts. He only made one World Series appearance in 1971, giving up a run in 2/3 innings in relief. After his playing career, he became a minor league pitching instructor for the Braves and then the Yankees, and then a pitching coach for the Utica Blue Sox in 1983. After retiring from baseball, he worked as the groundskeeper for Rick Wood Field in Birmingham, Alabama, preserving the park that the old Birmingham Black Barons had played in. He was inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame in 2006. The last player is Carl Warwick, pictured here on his 1964 Topps card. Carl passed away April 5 at the age of 88. He was a center fielder from 1961 to 66 for the Dodgers, Cardinals, Houston Colt 45s, Orioles, and Chicago Cubs. He played in 530 games, hitting .248. He was in the 1964 World Series, where he pinch hit in 5 games, going 3 for 4 with a walk. One of the hits gave the Cards the lead and the win in Game 1. His 3 pinch hits tied the World Series record. After his playing career, he started a real estate company and later a travel company. He was also active in the baseball community at the local and state levels and served as a board member for the Harris County Houston Sports Authority. He was elected to the Texas Baseball Hall of Fame in 1990. And this concludes the first part of Major League Baseball players, a memorial for them who passed away in 2025, and this one covered January through May. In the beginning of the video, I mentioned I will do 2 more parts of this, another one in the fall and another one in the beginning of 2026 to cover players that passed away between June and December. Rest in peace to these players, and my condolences to their family and all their friends and all the fans of these players. If you have nice memories of any of these players, please do leave them in the comments and share them with everyone if you feel the desire to do so. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody. Beep, beep.